The views expressed are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not reflect the opinions of the Team Pase podcasts or their respective affiliates or sponsors. This episode is sponsored by LS Cream, the perfect blend of spices and tradition inspired by Haitian cremas. Please drink responsibly.
Sock Pase, what's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Team Sock Pase podcast. My name is Glad.
And I'm your boy, Rob. We are your favorite Team Sock Pase podcast show where we interview great entrepreneurs from all sectors of industry. Remember, subscribe, share, comment below. Subscribe, share, comment below. Woo-wee. Yes.
Wow, We've got an awesome show for you guys today. I mean, we've got our brother, man. We've got a lot to talk about this brother.
A lot.
We've been through a lot with this brother. A lot of great stories, man, from the beginning. I'm talking about from the beginning. Our brother, none other than comedian, actor, producer, Haitian V. Round of applause for my brother.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
What up, bro?
My guy.
My man, how are you?
Good.
Yo,
What's
thank
good,
you so
brother?
much for
What's
doing
good?
this,
You
yo.
chilling?
Thank you for having me, man.
No doubt,
man, it's a
man.
pleasure.
No doubt. Yo, let's take it from the beginning, man. First of all, how you been, man?
I've been well.
It's been a
chilling.
minute.
Yeah, I've been chilling, man.
No, you haven't.
No, I have.
Chill?
I have. Yeah. Different. Chilling's different now. Like,
Okay, yeah,
when
yeah.
people be like chilling, like they don't be up to anything. But now my chilling is like I'm doing what I have to do, but what I used to want to do, I don't do anymore. So that's
Gotcha.
it's chilling. Yeah.
It's crazy because you came in here and I was like, you know what? I'm going to surprise him with a little bottle of brown juice. And surprise him with the bottle of brown juice. And he goes, oh, no, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
what?
Yeah, them days is over.
Really?
Yeah,
For how long?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna say it's weird because 2020, everybody was alcoholic. So, so yeah. After that, I didn't cold turkey it. I thought I could, but I didn't cold turkey after 2020, and then I weaned off, and then I'm back. I'm cool again.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had started in like 2017, I want to say, and it was like. But then throughout the years, got wild, crazy, which is like, it gets crazy when you wake up with the shakes and you don't remember last night. It was like, did I have fun? It was like, so I didn't want that anymore. I wanted my memories to be like, yo, I actually had a good time and I remember them. And I'm not, I don't got jolly and I'm saying it doesn't. And alcohol doesn't sit on your body like it used to when I was younger. Like when we first, when we first met, I didn't drink then either.
Oh,
so
really?
it was just like
know.
a period between then and now, where I was
that's
like
what
a wild cowboy. Yeah,
What's them Haitian parties you do, bro?
yeah. No, it wasn't Haitian parties. It was
Just in general?
Yeah,
Just
man.
in general, going through it.
No, not going through it. It's just, you have friends that drink and then one day you just fall into the trap. Like, yo, come on, man, celebratory, we're taking a shot. And then Hennessy becomes so delicious.
Yeah. No,
like-
it's true. Like that's the
Yeah,
same
and like,
thing.
oh my God.
Yeah.
You can actually take your fun to another level?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, I'm chilling now.
That's what's up, man. We met. I mean, me and Rob met you in two different aspects of your life, in a sense, where I met you. You were working with famous photographer, industry photographer Johnny Nunez.
Yeah.
How did you get that job? Because I used to always see you we used to be at these crazy events, and you were his assistant at the time, I believe, right?
Yeah, I was. He had a company called New Buzz Photo, and he wanted me to be the head editor of it. He took me from Vibe magazine. I was intern there, and then I became like an assistant to the marketing assistant. And it went from that to being in the office. Did not compare to being like live and in front of celebrities at that time. For me, like celebrities was like, oh my God, and then there was no like social media where you knew where these people were. So it was like at that time it was like a crazy like couple years for me.
Yeah.
So he asked me to stop working there which Vibe was folding anyway. So he asked me to stop. Well, just not to stop working there, but just to come on to his company, and
Right.
that's how I became. I became his head editor of his company, but head editor, that title was like assistant, like it was like
Running
being
around.
I used to be in this dude's house like more than him sometimes. Like
Uploading
dude's
photos.
away, like I gotta go to Africa, and I'm like, okay, we'll go to the house and get these files and get this and get that, and I'm like, all right, yeah,
Right. Wow.
That's crazy.
yeah, man.
And how did you get into Vibe? Like, did you always know that you wanted to be in the entertainment industry, or did you want to become a writer? Like, how did it? I mean, before we get into the comedy, like, a lot of times people get into the industry because, they have a certain vision that they want to get into.
All right, so I had this kid that I grew up with, so we called each other cousins, but it wasn't like strong, like, no, that's my cousin. It was like, no, that's my cousin. He had a cousin that worked, he was like the head of marketing for Rockefeller.
Gotcha.
So he was in like Streets is Watching and stuff like that. So he would have like street team meetings, and he would tell that cousin who I grew up with, like, yo, bring people from the neighborhood. So he lived across the street. He would bring, like, yo, come to the street team stuff. And he would give, like, the cousin would give people, like, you're the head of Brooklyn. You're the head of Harlem. You're the, like, people would be, like, leaders of a group of a street team.
Right, okay.
And he had this dude, his cousin, he was like, yo, just bring some Brooklyn heads. And he brought a whole bunch of kids from the neighborhood. I mean, we all just like free CDs and T-shirts.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You get a flyer with like Jay-Z on it. Back then was just like, oh my God.
Right,
Like,
right.
so it was Def Jam. So not only Rockefeller, but Def Jam. So you getting all this free stuff. And he had a partner, this girl. She was going to be the head of, they were going to make this big thing, like a marketing. Like, yo, we're going to be a marketing company, and then we're going to help all these labels. Like, whenever we go to the labels, we'll tell them this is what we could do and stuff like that. So he had a partner, and she worked at Vibe. So he was an intern and something at Def Jam, and she was at Vibe, but they were partners for this company.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay, gotcha.
They had this company that they made together. So it was him, her, me, and like two other guys, and we were like these young kids that were just like everywhere. But no one, like, people knew our faces, like, yeah, they belong here, but no one knew who we were, like, because we were still, like, kind of, like, hungry and, like, this is what we're going to do. And we'd be, in Def Jam or Vibe after hours printing out our stuff, like, our marketing things for free. And, yeah, man, it was, that's how I got in. That's how I went from, like, street team to hanging out with this, my boy at Def Jam. And then he was like, nah, hanging out here what really isn't the thing, because you're not really speaking to anybody. You're just seeing people pass by. Like, it's a record label, so you're not getting to speak to anybody unless you know them, and then they're gonna give you some time. So it was just like, yo, just go to Vibe, go to her office.
Gotcha.
And then they put me down as an intern, and then I went from intern to Baby Bentley. It was like crazy too. That was like at the time it was like Fonzer Bentley had came out, and they were like, yeah, that's his, because he's like he wants to work, so he's Baby Bentley.
Yeah.
Wow.
And from then on, I was just like the face of Vibe, because everyone was like, yeah, Vlad is, Bentley's cool. So it was that, and then Johnny. Just relationships, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So where did you see yourself going? Like back then, like the young Vlad street team, and then now they calling you the young Bentley. So where did you want to take that?
Well, I always wanted to be a actor, a comedian. I always wanted to do that. So I was just like, wherever the door or opportunities would present themselves, I wanted to be in that area. So
Gotcha.
if it was that Vibe, all right, cool. I'm at Vibe. This is a step above, doing street team. Like, I'm not just handing out flyers now. I'm in the office. I'm in the letterhead now.
Right.
I'm having meetings with the president of Vibe, like an intern. They're like, yo, who are you? Like, yo, I'm making this happen. So it's just
I feel you.
whatever way it was, in order to stay in entertainment or to get to being this actor or comedian or whatever, I was just gonna try to be in that space, and entertainment was that space. It was street team was a step above being on the block, but a street team was being an intern at this thing. But being an intern was, all right, cool. You a marketing assistant, but you got a title.
Right.
So
it was a start.
So for me, I didn't. I never really thought of I'm gonna be here, and then. You sometimes you draw your plans, they never work, but seldom work. But I just knew I was just like, all right, I'm in entertainment, I'm in the field, so that'll project me to eventually where I want to be.
Gotcha. Your mom, your dad, did they approve?
Weirdly, my mom had moved, so she didn't know anything I was doing.
Okay.
She didn't know anything I was doing. No, she did. In the middle of moving, she found this envelope that had a whole bunch of receipts and you keep that stuff for they reimburse you for reimbursement. And she sees these receipts for $1,000, $300. So she called Haitian V and because he's the mediator for the family. If anybody's doing wrong, he's the guy who's gonna talk to everybody. So he's there I walk in the house and they both got this envelope and all these papers out, and they both stand there and be Nikki out here. What are you involved in? Nothing. I'm just. This is industry stuff, but they never understood that. Yeah. My mom never wanted me to be an entertainer.
What she wanted you to be?
I mean, the typical thing.
Doctor.
But she wasn't a doctor, so I don't think she was gonna give that. Put that pressure on me or anything, but she just wanted me to be a successful person, not in entertainment, because for her it's you're gonna get into drugs, sex, and then drinking.
The devil.
Who a lot of actors or comedians, they always have people they look up to, when they coming into the business. For you as a young kid growing up, who were some of the people that you were kind of emulating or wanted to be or comedians / actors when you were young? And second part to that was, were you making the family crack? Were you cracking jokes with the family and trying to make them laugh coming up?
Probably just the elders know. Now the elders start to find me funny because it's somewhere, the bridge was, brought together, but no, I don't know. I don't know if I ever made them it was ever a family thing and I'm the one in the middle. There was never moments like that amongst my cousins and my sisters that everybody knew all right, cool, Vlad is gonna be if anybody is gonna be famous, it's gonna be Vlad.
Really?
And yeah. That's what's up. And I'm sorry, the other question was
the other question was there any other actors or comedians that you had wanted to, you looked up to, said, this is what I want to do, I want to be like him?
Bill Cosby, man. I'm just Bill Cosby was a big influence to me. Eddie Murphy was a big influence to me. A friend reminded me of this when I was not too long ago, and he was like, "Who do you remember who you wanted to be like when you was growing up, when we were kids?" And I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "Who? Eddie Murphy?" Nah. I was like, Marlon Wayans. And I'm like, holy crap. And I just reacquainted with Marlon.
Yeah.
And I told him a story of Vibe, of me working when we was at Vibe, and he told me, I was like, yeah, I'm a comedian. I thought it was just that you could just, put me on. I'm funny. Everybody tells me I'm funny, just put me on. He was like, nah, it ain't like that. It's go on stage for I forgot how long. I still got it. I still got the message. This is before screenshots. You could just copy the entire conversation and paste it onto Word.
It's so funny you say that because a friend of mine, non-Haitian dude, he watched one of your skits. He's like, yo, the dude remind me of the Haitian. He looked like the Haitian Marlon Wayans.
Yeah,
because of the way I guess
used
the
to
way
be
you
my-
carry yourself.
That used to be my like influence.
Yeah,
like
that's
Marlon Wayans.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah.
So now fast forward, you leave Johnny Nunez, or you kind of out of the industry. I think I remember you saying, we used to always bump into each other at events, and I think I remember you saying like, "Yo, I'm about to do this Haitian comedian skit thing. I'm trying to do something for my culture."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
and
man.
then I remember you. I think I remember that conversation. And then I get a call from Rob not too long after that. I don't know if it's months later or a year later, but he was like, "Yo, guess who I'm linking up with?" Like, I'm linking up with Haitian V.
Yeah,
How
man.
did we? I think we reached out on Facebook or something. I don't even know how we linked up.
I think you
Like,
started seeing them doing the skits on
On
Facebook.
YouTube. I was on YouTube.
YouTube.
Facebook
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
popular
YouTube.
thing.
YouTube,
Because
yeah.
Facebook was still for college people alone. It was still exclusive
right.
to college people. So at that point, it was like MySpace.
Right.
MySpace was a heavy thing, but
Yeah.
YouTube, and it wasn't like as social as it is
No,
now, where you can
definitely
like
not.
easily, and
so crazy.
I didn't know how to handle it, so I never answered any of that stuff. Like a
Wow.
lot of messages people used to send me, it took me a while before I went in and just
Yeah.
like read it or like took it in, because a lot of times it was just like oh my God, I love you. So like, all right, cool, that's fine. But then it would be like, yo man, you don't know what you did. Like I was gonna hurt somebody, or I was gonna do something to myself, or it was just like, and that sort of responsibility, that's what I kind of fight with, because it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. Like I don't want to hold that weight on my already heavy, life. So it's just like, I didn't answer or read any of that stuff for a long time, because when it first started, it was just like, a lot, because there was no one around. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
options or anything. It was just
Right.
one one Haitian person, and it was myself. And I went out, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing. And it was my boss at Vibe. He told me to do it. He's responsible for Haitian V.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. Now, did that character come from a family member? Like what? Like the person at Vibe took you off the cliff to go do it, but then what inspired that character, Haitian V?
You hear me say Haitian V, I'm actually referring to a real person.
I heard you say that, but
Yeah, I
I
heard.
yeah.
I was
Some
trying
people-
to.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like,
Nah.
like
some people talk to them as a third person.
No. I'm not. I know they say artists are like eccentric, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not that weird. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
To where like Kanye, and I'm thinking like he is ahead of everybody. Like, oh my God. So it's my uncle Ernest, who's my mother's brother. Who you see on camera is who that is. He's a real person.
That's
he talks,
crazy.
speaks just like, man, Babeco, they call that the Haitian Viagra. Like, okay, they got to do with anything. We had Thanksgiving dinner.
Bruh, I just gotta say, man, like, kudos to you, because you are the original. Like, you started the whole Haitian comedy. And let me tell you, I used to sit. When I first started into this whole fashion thing, bro. I used to sit and watch your skits literally for like an hour, 2 hours, and just cry. Yo, I swear to God, yo, my girl at the time, she was like, "Yo, what are you laughing at?" I was like, "Yo, you gotta see this kid." Yo.
Nah, it
But he
resonate.
took me out of that zone
Mhm.
of like the stress
Yeah.
of like.
Yep.
Dealing with the everyday life and the everyday things, and then you just it's so
It resonates
crazy.
from home, man.
It resonates
You know what I'm
from
saying?
home,
Definitely,
man.
for sure, man.
So, I'm sorry.
I think Haitian V started. Is a character, my uncle, but it was for working with Johnny again. We had something to do with good music. We had it wasn't good music. It was Dame Dash, and Kanye West came to support him, and all the good music happened to be at this party, and we're all at the party. Me, I'm fly on the wall at that time, and I never said anything, but there was this one kid. He was like, I met him on a train headed back to Brooklyn, And he was like, yo, I'm putting together this DVD of comedy and stuff like that. Good music, they're gonna back it and push it. And like you just come to the office tomorrow and then we'll figure it out. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there and then he was like, yo, you do any characters? I'm like, yeah, I do like Haitian V, like my uncle. Like I'll do that. And he was like, all right, cool, we'll do that. So we did that as like an interview thing, sitting on a couch, and he did a whole bunch. It was a whole bunch of skits that they put out. But that interview, which was freestyled, it was just like impromptu, freestyled. That they put it in the industry and then went around the industry like billboards and the vibes, and it was like testing to see stuff. And that interview was what had the most numbers at the time.
Oh wow!
And then the dude that was supposed to do it just quit. He was just like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. So the thing never came out. The project never came out, and then I stopped working with Johnny in I want to say like 2006, and yeah, I went through like a weird year of like being like a editor, freelance editor for a whole bunch of photographers, and then Ali Muhammad at Vibe magazine, Vibe folded. Yeah, he was doing his own thing, and he told me like, yo, go do this Haitian V thing, like go and do Haitian V's. This thing be viral. That Haitian V thing you did, just put it out every week on YouTube. So September 11th, I started, September 11th, 2007, I started it with a Kanye West 50 Cent thing. And then every week I just would do like, you know, like little here and there. It's like, okay, I'll have a commentary on an album that came out or somebody that did something stupid for the week. Went from that to Billboard called me, and then they wanted a weekly thing. So I was doing a weekly thing with my YouTube, and then having a weekly thing for Billboard.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's what's up.
As Haitian V, and then it started getting a lot, and then I stopped. I stopped doing it, and I was just like, no, this is getting too personal. People getting too.
It was like I remember it was like a studio, and you had the Haitian flag behind you or something, right? Was that the one?
Yeah, when I would hang up, it would be in my kitchen. I would put the Haitian flag, like tape it onto to the cupboard, and then I just walk in. I set up my thing on the tripod just like that, and I just walk in. Hey, what's up, everybody? This and that, this and that. And then after I walk off, and then I'll. Then press the button and get man. There was no editing, none of that.
Were you getting YouTube money at the time?
Yeah. Oh man, what's crazy? I just for years it was something happened with YouTube where they wouldn't like giving it me any you know, residuals and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then we went through investigations. And then right when they popped up, they were like, oh, man, you're clear. We don't know what happened. We got to give you the back pay. And so I'm like, back pay? It's like years. Wow. And it's discouraging, too, when you're, like, doing something. And then after that, you're seeing, like, oh, wow, all right, cool. I'm benefiting from this. And then they cut it off. And just like, damn, I got to go back to doing this for free again. So I got to, and then, they hit me yesterday, like, yeah, you should be good for it. And then when they told me that in 2020, they told me, top of 2020.
Wow.
And they were like, yeah, we're going to situate everything. And this is when they had a YouTube space in the city. And then COVID happened, and then it was just like shut down. I've been emailing everybody like, yeah, we don't know that person. We don't like, damn. Well, at least I could come back. But yeah, I was like, geez.
You getting it.
Yeah.
That's nice. Now, when you said you had stopped because it was getting too personal, what do you mean by that? It was getting too overwhelming? The response? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, the response is overwhelming because at that time, like I said, not to say it was like I deemed myself as famous, but some people would. So people would come, call your phone, and then like it would be okay if schools, I'm like, performing for schools and things. That's fine. But then those organizations, they'll be happy, like, oh yeah, Haitian V's comes to the school, and their little sister grab a hold of their phone.
Got you.
And then is this Haitian V?
Yeah.
And then they're giving it to their friends, and it was like,
wow.
It was
so I'm like,
that
I don't
crazy.
like this kind of part of being some public figure. So yeah, and that's where the Just Vlad thing came about. It was just like I'm not Haitian V. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Vlad. I'm not anything else. So that's why I just wanted people to start. I wanted people to start addressing me as that, but then sometimes it's like, yeah, it shouldn't be. Shut up, man. It's like, all right, man, whatever.
So after, just trying to get like a chronological. So when did you start doing like stand up?
Working with Johnny.
Oh, you started since
really?
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you, it was just like whenever I felt there was like an opportunity, I would want to get into that space some way, somehow. So my church had me do it. My church was like doing this youth thing, and they knew I didn't want to be in no church choir and nothing like that, like be that part much involved. So like, yeah, we're doing this thing. Why don't Vlad host it? So I went from Vlad hosting it to, I remember like Johnny wishing me well, like, man, have a good show. And then after the show, I'd have like a meeting with like the president of Vibe, and he would tell me like, all right, do it this way. And then a friend of mine, well, my boss, his name is Damian Lemon. He became a comedian also. Yeah. And he would mentor me in the game, and like, all right, well, this is what I'm doing this weekend, or this is what I did, or give me a joke on the spot, like that. That's how I kind of got up there.
So talk about the culture, the Haitian comedian, the whole comedy culture thing. Like, we have crazy comedians out right now.
Yeah, we actually have great comedians. I know it's a gray area now when you say comedian, but comedian, like stand-up comedians. My definition is comedian. You can be a comedic actor, but a comedian is, I think, is someone that goes on stage and tells jokes. So
I see a lot of like
skits.
These guys are like skits.
What do they call them? Content creators. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of content creators. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of content creators. A lot of it is not new, because I was like, I don't want to be like, I did it. I did that already.
But you did.
Took that Throwback Thursday, baby. Like that.
What you did, though. I mean, I see a lot of it. I see a lot of reruns, and I'm like, well,
a lot of it. But
Haitian V did that.
But it's not my. For me, it's like probably not my time. Like when I was coming up, them kids were probably not what they were, kids, and their version of seeing, they probably still saw it. So I'm not. I did it first because it's in your house too.
Right.
That Haitian. Listen to me. I want you to know something. School is number one. Like that guy existed in a lot of people's households.
Still
so
now.
I'm not gonna be like, yo, you are copying. You're not copying me. We're copying these men who really exist.
True.
So, but there are comedians though, like. Guys are on stage, like there's Jonas, Sejo's, Success, Plus, Nick Alexander, or OGs like Franz Cassius or Will Sylvance. That like those are people that have been in the game for kind of paved the way as comedians, as content creators. I don't know. Content creator, I don't know. I'll raise my hand and say I'm pioneer of it, but people that influence me, people that influence me are like Jessie Foise, like that. Those are content creators also. Like Jessie Foise did stage, Tonton Bichard did video, and and the Jessie Foise, or Lungi shots. That's my type of. Those are my, like, oh man.
And definitely pay homage to those older comedians. But I think where you pioneered the game was where you kind of did it online, kind of brought it online, and kind of like really took it to the next level. We actually had Jonas on sometime last year, and we had asked him a question of the Haitian culture and stand-up comedy, and that I don't know. I guess he wasn't received well, or they didn't really receive the comedy well, or the money in the culture is kind of not not as lucrative as opposed to outside the culture. So that's why right now he said he's focusing on his comedy outside the culture. How do you feel about that and your experience with that?
I mean, me and Jonas talk all the time about the culture, as if like me and Jonas, I have hours we're on the phone. Me and Plus, we have hours on the phone. Me and Sergio, hours, or when we do speak. It's like what you got to understand is comedy in the Haitian, in our culture, is new. It's a fairly new trade. It's not like something, we can look at before Tonton Bicha, or even during Tonton Bichas or the Lungi Shots, or like Don Males. Like, we don't know those guys to be rich and like super
right,
like wealthy from being stage or video actors, because those videos weren't sold on the website.
Correct.
Or anything. It was a tape of a tape that was taped 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So there was no. So it's still fairly new. So you got to understand that the Haitian culture doesn't understand it to be like something. It's still kind of a silly thing to a lot of people, though. This is
a career.
This is a bit like I've been doing this since 2000. Seriously, I've been doing this since 2007, and I've probably. I went and got a job probably one time since then.
Wow.
And I was like working for UPS. Like I worked there for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Week and a half probably. And I was just like, nah, this ain't it. Like.
So you think you found your purpose?
Yeah, I knew my purpose when I was a child. It was just like, how do I navigate this purpose so it can not only fulfill me, like internally, but still support me, externally, like, paying rent or paying bills or, caring for family.
How is that? I mean, because we're artists, we're entrepreneurs, we hustle, we get the grind. How is that in the comedy world? Like, because we hear the stories, we hear the Steve Harvey stories, we hear these people saying, "Yo, I drove 4 hours and I just got paid $100."
Man, I probably cry twice a week, bro. And I know that's a part no one ever really says. Like, I probably cry like twice a week, and I'm not afraid to say that, because it really is like, because to be at a job, all right, cool. If I go here these 7 days, I will get this amount of money. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have that format, that structure set for me. So now I would have to implement that into regular, like my life. Like now my career has to be a 9 to 5. Like, I have to act like what I'm doing, stand up and acting and auditions. It has to be like 9 to 5. So it gets to where it's like, oh man, like, where's this? Where's this check gonna come from or whatever? But thankful there are opportunities or things to where it's just like there are residuals you could live off of, like doing television, being on a television show that pays you for the rest of your life, or being on a record with a popular celebrity that'll pay you for the rest of your life, like Cardi B's or the Wyclef's. Yeah. So not to say like crying, I'm like, ooh, it's just like, damn, it gets to it, it's like, like a moment, and you snap out of it. Or even in meditation, I'm trying to like get myself at a point where it's like, all right, man, don't worry about this. But sometimes it comes like life could really be hitting people. So yeah, I don't want it to be people to feel like, oh yeah, tout bagay belle or everything's beautiful. No, especially as a Haitian artist, because people support you to a degree in the Haitian community, and it's just what it is. You're asking like what it's like in the comedy sense. It's just like, still, it's not a respected trade to where they would think, I'm as important as a lawyer and accountant. But you guys pass my stuff. My stuff is passed around on WhatsApp. Like you share my stuff on your platforms or whatever. So it's important to you to a degree. Right. But then when it gets to like, all right, come out to a show, and it'll be like, yo, the show is only $10 and it's in your neighborhood. And it'll be like, we're going jazz. You got an artist playing? Like, artist? No, it's a comedy show.
It's a comedy show. Yeah.
So it's like you got it from your people, and then you got it from the Black Americans. Like,
Right.
Wow.
White people come out to comedy shows all day, every day. Like rain, sleet, snow.
Yeah.
Where is it? Canada?
Yeah.
All right, let me look at my calendar.
I'm there.
Like,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah. True fans.
There are black comedy fans, and there are Haitian comedy fans, but it's still growing, man. It's still growing. Yeah, I'm like a little, like a piece of sand going in a puddle. That's how like
that's how you look
hard. Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
Wow.
Because you are a full-time entrepreneur out here getting it. What's one or two tips you would give somebody who wants to get into your industry, whether it's specifically in the culture, just being an actor, comedian in general? Like, what are some traits or attributes or skills that you would give to you would tell somebody right now?
Go independent. Chase no one. Go independent. They'll follow you. And it took me like a long time to realize that. Like, you're so caught up in like Hollywood, and then you get to Hollywood, it's like, ew. Hollywood looks like Brownsville. Like, so you get there and it's like, it's tricks. Hollywood's it's not to say like it's not helpful, but what it's based off of, it's tricked everyone to believing like, yo, we got it all, we just get you, and then you'll be able to put your entire neighborhood into mansions, and it's not that at all.
It's not like that.
So be consistent, try to be as original as possible, even though it's hard to do now, because you could put something out today and somebody will take that, remake it, put it out tomorrow, and then their joint will be like more popular or viral, or the algorithm will pick it up, better than yours, and then you seem like you're the copy. So try to make something your own. So it's like you can't duplicate that. You can't duplicate a Kendrick Lamar, or you can't duplicate you can't do that. So it's just like, you got something that's original, that's you. Be as original, as consistent. Get all your paperwork. Collect as much Bitcoin as you can. I don't know.
That's a good question that you just brought. Are you into other investments, being that the comedy money may not be so consistent? Do you dibble and dabble in these things, the stock market, crypto, and all that stuff, just to make sure?
All of that.
Gotcha.
What's today? Today's the 30th of March.
Yeah.
Today, I'll say get $250 of Bitcoin and just hold on to it. You spent $250 on dumbest foolishness. So sneakers, lube with the red bottoms you'll never wear again. And so just put $250 into Bitcoin, and if that's not doubled in 2 years, I'll give you that $250 back. Yeah. I promise you. But really, it's just I'm into a lot of stuff. I'm into crypto. I'm into. I try to be ahead of this game, because like we said, we're Haitian Americans, but a lot of the times we don't we don't research into like monetizing a lot of things. You can monetize bracelets even. So I'm into a lot. There's merchandise. I have merchandise. I have voiceovers. I'm on records. I'm on television, on TV shows. There's crypto, of course. I invest into crypto. I'm into stocks, NFTs. The market is kind of weird right now, so it's volatile. So people are like, they're scarce.
Right.
But it's still moving. It's just like anything. It's just like real estate. It's just like any market. So I'm doing that. What else? Merch. I don't know what else.
What merch you got? What merch you got popping?
I'm trying to think of what I got on me, but it's nothing.
Well, you have your we see your IET
probably
hat.
An undershirt.
Your IET hat.
Undershirt.
Your IET hat.
Yeah, I did too. I had my cousin, and I try to keep it in the family too, which I want. I want like the family to You know, I got my cousin. He's an artist. You see that bag? Like he did that artwork on it.
Oh, nice.
I used to have a relationship with MCM, so I just wanted to present them a lot of stuff that he did. Like, look, maybe you guys might want to, you know.
Exactly.
But he designed the next hat, a new hat I did with like flowers and stuff like that. His name is Junior Charles. My first cousin, like real cousin, not like the street stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I be trying to. I want to keep everything in house. And so I put out merch. I put out the IET stuff. I put out a couple stuff for Jamaica, Nigeria, more so Haiti, because I push the culture more than anything. Like your joint was like the first. I think it was like in the first couple. I think that was like the second video I ever did. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was like Haitian Hustlers, right?
Yeah.
I found that shit too on the farm in Pennsylvania, 2020. I found it. I promise you.
Wow.
That's crazy, yo. Yeah, that was even before.
I thought it was in a barrel in Haiti or something like that, but it's just my stuff. Like
That's
the stuff
what's
I was like,
That's wild.
yeah, man.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Talk about when you talk about the culture, like going to these parties. We used to Haitian V, climbing the poles.
Rock and roll.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, in your mind, like, you had, like, people were just like, yo, this dude is crazy. But you know what? He wasn't crazy, in my opinion, because I'm just like, yo, he's just being himself.
Have fun, bro.
Just having fun.
Having so much
Because you don't know what is going on in his mind. He's just like,
in
yo.
my mind is what it is this, these aren't strangers. Because the people that were throwing the party, I knew anyway.
Right.
So I knew the DJs. I knew the DJs. I knew the promoters. So the promoters, if it's like 10 promoters, those 10 people were bringing 20 people that I knew each.
Right.
So I knew like majority of the people. So all of these people know me already, whether it been from the neighborhood, school, like the community is small, but still, everyone knows everyone to some degree. The degrees aren't 6 degrees.
No, it's
Haitian
less.
degrees are probably
It's
like 2 degrees,
yeah.
which is why it's like sometimes I'm like, I don't think I want to, this is like, you want to date a Haitian girl? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be my cousin.
Yeah.
Which almost happened, actually.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Yeah, so
You think
these parties, everyone know. I think in my mind, everyone knows me or knows me enough to where it's like, that's normal. That's nothing. That's nothing out of place.
Yeah, but there are things that's crazy because people are like, yo, who is that Haitian V?
Yeah,
And
strangers. Yeah, and that's when the conversation starts. It's like, who is that? And I'm like, Haitian V. Like, you don't know, you don't know Haitian V. And be like, now you feel bad for not knowing Haitian V. So you go home like,
You're like,
oh my God.
And then they'll be like, oh, okay.
And people will be like, yeah, that's been him since.
Right.
Like, I think that's what, like, a big thing for me when people are like, yo, man, you haven't changed. I'm like, yes. Because I got in trouble for climbing too. Like, school, last days of school, I'm climbing scaffoldings.
This was always.
Yeah, it was always a thing. It was always a thing to be climbing. Like, it was like climbing plate things.
Climbing in a party in BK, climbing at
Miami.
Yeah, man.
Wherever.
That was the funniest, bro.
Yeah, Miami's, Barclays Center.
That's right.
I've scaled a lot of places, man.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So, upcoming projects, man. Talk to us. What can you share? Any exclusive? What you got going on? Let the people know, man.
Haitian V's. I'm wanting to call it Haitian V's Taxi Cab Confessions, but it can't be called that. But Haitian V's the series that's I actually start shooting Saturday.
Oh wow! Congrats.
Yeah, it's like a big deal now. So we have that. The Whole World is Haitian. That's a project I've been working on for. I think this. My third mixtape. So
okay.
Yeah, my third mixtape. So that's called The Whole World is Haitian. Haitian V's Taxi Cab series. This is a video game I was working on for like whole since like 2017, I want to say. Okay. And it's taking time because it's like the like the operating systems on phones change so rapidly.
Right.
So you got to probably almost hire a guy that's gonna have to be on hand for like
Gotcha.
as long as you. So there's that. But right now is the series. The series is the most important thing to me. It's like Taxi Cab Confessions that you used to see online.
Yeah.
But now it's like a whole storyline of how Haitian V got the cab and came to America and fired from Uber. Like it's a dope
Nah,
series.
that's what's up, man. I finished that song.
Yeah.
How did that start?
2013. I finished that song. That was a very creative year for me. I'm like thinking because Haitian Pose Day was the 28th, and I remember starting that year too, 2013. I'm like, yo, everybody got a day. Why don't we do Haitian Pose Day? And then Kyle was like, yeah, na fesa on Twitter. And then we made a calendar. It's been going on. Well, people don't take it seriously anymore. But yeah, it used to have, it had its heyday. But to finish that song, I did that year. And I was just, I think, playing around with my mom. Because music is a big thing for me. So I was just hanging out. My mom happened to be in town. And I was just like, all right, cool. Let me just see if this. So I was like, all right. Started from the bottom. Like, Jesus Christ coming soon. Like, she don't play around with none of that. None of that stuff is like, oh yeah, she's with it. Like, she's none of this American stuff. So I did that, and then I was just like, oh, I have relationships with a whole bunch of public figures.
Yeah.
So why not just use them, for this Finish That song? Because then that'll draw people to
what you're doing.
to what I'm doing. True. Because they'll be like, all right, cool, let's finish that song. I like this. But who is this guy? And then they'll go and they'll see, like, there's much more to Finish That song. There's, there'll be a series, or there'll be stand-up. There'll be merch. Or there'll be, like, my friends' stuff. Like, if you're a musician or if you're a artist, there's some capacity. I always, like, try to, like, spoon feed, get everybody in the door somehow.
That's what's up, man. I remember when you did that pose with Wyclef. Wyclef was on his bike or something. And
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
Was that the
bro.
same year? Same year, 2013.
That
was a very creative year for me.
That was hilarious. That was
Years, bro.
That was crazy, bro.
That was a very creative year for me, I think. Like, it was just like, no, that was like 2014, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. But he was he did the bike thing, and I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
He says just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Bro, no, it just happened to be a warm day. The one day was warm, and it happened to be the day he put that out. So he put it out in the morning. I'm like, yo, it's mad warm today. It's October. It was like October. It's like October. And he did it. I'm like, yo, it's October. So I'm like, yo,
God.
I could get away with it. Like, no, same thing. Like when I go to parties, I'm in the I'm on the block, just like that. Nobody said anything. Everybody looked, walking, oh, hey, Vlad. hey, it would just be the strangers like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just shooting a calendar. I'm like, oh.
Somebody have 24 hours to respond.
Right.
You did that. You did that before that.
Yeah. I was doing a lot. I did that. I did Trinidad James. I gave him a 24 hours. Yeah. I went in the studio and recorded the song over. Yeah, I was having, that was a fun time, but it was just like, it was less entitlement, less vanity. It was just like, you could still have fun without, having fun and having to look a certain way. You got to look cool, or, yo, man, you look like you struggling. It's like, okay, what if I am? Like, I think that's okay too. So it was that Wyclef. I did that in high school. I did D'Angelo when it came out. I did it. I did that and Music Soul Child. Those videos are somewhere on the farm, like somewhere at my mother's house in Pennsylvania somewhere.
That's crazy.
So those exist, and I did that over because I found the song again. I'm like, oh shoot, let me do the video for real this time. And then that video never came out still. Okay. Yeah, I always I'll create it, and then I'll be like, nah. I'll like get amped about it, and then right when it's about to be like, let me pull the trigger, I'm like, nah, forget it.
Why? Why do you do that?
I don't know.
It's like what's like glass ceiling kind of
not to where I feel like
self-sabotage?
not to where I feel like not to where I feel like it's not good enough, but I feel it's probably, not to sound arrogant, too good that it was going to propel me to where more discomfort.
Wow.
So it'll probably put me in a place where I'm cowering even more. So
I guess that brings up a next question, where after you put out material, or you do a stand up or whatever, or you do a movie or whatever, do you go back and watch yourself?
Disappear.
You don't watch.
And then sometimes like I'll watch like tutorials and how people should, how you should function with the algorithm, and then they'll be like, yeah, you gotta actually, engage with everybody, and like it'll take me sometimes like 5 days, 6 days after I'll put out something, and then I got to go back to the flames and the LOLs, and I got to like and thank you, I appreciate it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm very grateful for it. It's just sometimes it's like too much. You just want to put it out, and then let me get what I deserve for this. Okay. Let me put it out, and then
on to the next.
Let me just create. I don't listen to myself. Like
stand-ups, you don't read really.
This stand-up I just put out the first time, but I just put out a couple of stand-ups. It was like Bears Hammond, something about Trinidadians, something about Jamaicans. That was the first time I've seen it. Which was February. I did that in 2017.
Wow.
All that stuff was from 2017. The first time I saw it was February of this year. Like it doesn't look. I don't know. I don't like my not to say I don't like my voice, but hearing myself sounds weird. Like I don't sound like I sound to myself.
And you're not the same person who said that. I mean, you're not the first person who said that, because I've heard actors say that all the time.
Yeah, musicians.
They say that all the time. Even people who record, they say, yeah, I record or edit it, but I don't want to. It's done. It's done.
In my phone, I got voice notes. I'll listen to myself and cringe sometimes. I'm like, yeah, what are you saying? So
I get what you're saying, because sometimes we look back at the podcast and I'm like, oh, why do I sound like
why
that?
am I fidgeting like this? Or
why am I
like
why is my stomach bulging out?
Yeah,
it's because you had a big sandwich, bro.
Yeah, I gain weight, but I get it.
So I don't.
I mean, we are our hardest critique.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
We're the toughest ones.
That's probably what it is.
My sister's my hardest critic, but
man. Yeah.
Nothing I do is good, like good enough.
Nothing
I'm cornballs to her, yo. Yeah, but I appreciate that. No, they're younger sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
How many of you?
Well, I'm discovering more. But to me, it's only 3 of us, me and my 2 sisters. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a random question: when COVID happened and you couldn't make the Parkway, how was that? How was that? Because I know you're always on the park with the flag.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I couldn't make it, and nobody could have made it. So it was just like, okay, no, all of us can't go. It's not like a party. It's not like you in jail and you hearing about a barbecue at the house.
Right. Okay. Just a random question.
Who's there?
FaceTime.
I know you're infamous for popping up there and living it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's my weekend of rock and roll. Like that's what I call rock and roll now. Like my fun, I'll have my fun, and then I'll go back to hibernation. I didn't. I felt bad because it started hitting me in May, because it was just like, damn, there ain't no Compa Fest this week. This month, it's May and nobody. I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to be in Miami climbing the gate right now. So then that happened, and then other stuff happened. It was just like, this carnival is not happening, and then it went to complete shutdown. I'm like, So to be outside was like to be outside. Period. I was like, all right. I don't even remember where was I during that time.
I remember I had surgery that summer during COVID, and I remember a couple of times you had went live on IG.
Yeah, I was at the farm. I was on the farm, man.
Yo, the dude said, they were like, "Where are you?" It's like, I'm just away. And you just kept. You didn't.
Yeah. What?
You were just like,
so I could come
you like, you're looking like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nah.
Look at my graph.
I was in the farm, like a very rural
but the
Trump
comments,
town.
bro. The comments, yo pon, you should.
Yeah.
they got him.
I was in a very rural Trump town. So it was very even if you wanted to come, it would be you have a hard time getting to me.
The series that you got coming out, is it going to be featured on a specific channel or on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah. No.
Can you say it right now?
No, I can't.
can't. Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay, good.
But it is. I'm like,
This is it.
Just a
this
little
is
bit, just a
crazy
little
to
bit.
me right now,
That's
man.
what's up.
Not a little bit.
It's crazy. Oh no, because actually it was 2 places I had to shop it to. So it was like,
Cool.
not to say there was a bidding war, but it was just like, this is interesting. This storyline sounds great. I'm like, it is. So it was that, but I'm still gonna put it out on the pilot. I'm gonna put out online.
Okay.
Okay.
Just the pilot. The pilot
the
episode.
pilot?
Yeah, just
Okay,
the pilot
cool.
episode is gonna be out on. I'm gonna put it out online.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's where I started it anyway. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's
Nice,
big,
nice.
man. What was I gonna say to you? Any last words that you gotta say to your people? Oh, before you say that, the Red Cup party, you still do that for your
I
birthday?
don't-
You don't,
No.
Oh,
Models
you
and
were-
Bottles. That's the party.
Okay, right.
I just throw a comedy show.
Okay.
I just throw a comedy show for my birthday now. Every year I throw a comedy show like the Thursday before my actual birth, the Martin Luther King weekend, which is when my birthday actually it falls on. So every year now I just throw a comedy show. Like I told you, I'm not into partying anymore.
Yeah, that's so
I don't
crazy.
party anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I party. I when I do, I'll get down. But it's just like for me to come out the crib, like dummy feels so good. Like you be in that crib, you be in that house.
In your own mind.
Yeah, I be in my own mind a lot. So it takes a lot to get me away from myself. Like stop talking to yourself for a few hours, and then I'm in Jersey, so it was like, and then leave Jersey
To come to Brooklyn.
to come party with us, but you're gonna be sober while everybody is like
Turned up.
turned up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not completely sober, but people be.
Do you miss it? You
No.
miss that party life? No.
Because it's still there.
I think people.
I pop into.
I don't think people.
I'll host like certain events and stuff like that, and I'll get there. I'm like, oh, y'all still here? Like I ain't go nowhere.
It's like the dudes on the block on the corner. Like,
Well, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Y'all still here?
Yeah.
Only just less women. No hookah. Well, they got hookah.
You said that's
The block got less women. It's never like really a handful of girls chilling too.
yeah.
When you were kids, it's like, all right, the boys are playing basketball, the girls are jumping double dutch. But now when you're like in your 20s and 30s, ain't no girls like rolling weed too while you niggas.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
When's your next event that you're doing within the culture with other Haitian comedians that you got coming up that you know of?
I'm rocking out with Black Ricky this Saturday. He got like a game night thing. He's that's who he wants to get into comedy. Black Ricky is another young. I mean, it's a lot. It's in good hands. It's just up to the culture to support it. And I know it's really. It doesn't go further than It doesn't go much further than a double click. I'm saying it's not much.
You think that'll ever change?
No.
And why?
No.
Why?
It won't change until you become the person that like mainstream pulls in, and then when mainstream pulls you in, then you'll get the, c'est pas nous lié, because I felt this happen, to some degree. It'll be like, yeah, he's ours, but then the he's ours is drowned out to like, when you gonna do something for us? Or when you gonna come back to it? It was like I've been like I wasn't showing up. So what y'all want me to do now?
True.
Come back down to
True.
No, pay the tickets y'all paying Kevin Hart.
Right.
Support your boy. Y'all know me. And some of y'all know me in real life.
True.
And I've never seen y'all at my show. And y'all been to, y'all Snapchat yourself at the Barclays Center like at least 4 or 5 times a year. And y'all don't know these people from nowhere.
Right.
This is not like I feel away. I'm just saying, like, that's why I feel.
No, it's
that's
crazy.
why I feel the culture isn't going anywhere, because the support has to be like I don't know. It's just like people feel they're entitled to. There's entitlement, But then the entitlement comes with like some sort of like guilt you should feel with being a person of like that's excelled or and it's weird. So
that's why I don't blame artists when they don't even say like, you know, say I'm Haitian and then they go outside the culture first and then they come back in.
I came into the game as Haitian V.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even change
dived
it.
in.
I came in. There's no probably Lil Wayne wearing Haitian flags and stuff. Not to say there wasn't, but outside, like in your face, because there's a lot of people in the industry. We're in the music industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're Haitian too? You're Haitian?
Right.
Yeah.
They would never tell you. Never know.
Never know.
They run the music industry, bro.
I'm
They
like,
run
what
the
the hell is
music
going
industry.
on?
Yeah.
Nobody. And then even to now, it'll be like, oh, that's the kid. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Like, yo, why y'all not putting the people on?
But you think that's a, I mean, we could be here for hours talking. We talk about that all the time. It's like, you know, we come from the American industry and we're like, yo, we need something. That's how we started Sock Pase. It was kind of like, yo, this culture needs something. We need to rep. Like, we need to Americanize it, make it cool. But it's like going against the grain.
Yeah.
That's why I wear a flag around my neck every day. I'm not born in Haiti. I'm born in Woodhull Hospital, Brooklyn, New York. All right.
You born in Woodhull, bro?
I'm born in Woodhull Hospital.
Jesus Christ.
Bushwick, or Bushwick, Bed-Stuy is on the cusp or whatever that is.
Yeah, it's on the cusp.
But I'm born there. I wear a Haitian flag every day, whether you're gonna think I'm Haitian or not. But if I'm not, or you don't have no clue about it, you ask about it. Like, what flag is that? Even if you're gang member, you know, like, yo, what colors is that? Your colors too. Like, Haiti changed the trajectory of everybody. Like, up down to your Barack Obamas, your Beyonce's, Jay-Z's, all of them. All because of Haiti's changing the trajectory of the world. But, you know, still it'll be like, yo, you're Haitian. Yeah, I'm Haitian, but I try to bring people into. I'm not gonna do that anymore. To it, it's like, yeah, Haitian people, let's all go. Nah, because I know some of them don't want to go. They're okay with they're okay with my moulin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we learned the hard way.
They're okay with my moulin.
we learned
There's
the
Chilean
hard way.
sea bass out there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? This asparagus grilled.
Yeah, facts.
Delicacies.
Yeah.
And y'all out here still putting ketchup on your spaghetti and hot dogs. Like,
With some hot
listen,
dogs, yo.
there's nothing wrong
my
with it.
God,
But
bro.
some people you just have to. You can't keep going back. And I heard Snoop tell A$AP Rocky this, like, yo, you can't go back that opaka tourner.
Yeah.
They have to meet you there.
True.
So but and then when you're there, that's when the thing happens to where it's like, like,
Right.
no, I'm not better than you or us, but I'm better than here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can't be
We're
complacent.
better than here.
Absolutely.
So why y'all don't want to leave?
Right.
Yeah.
It's fear.
Yeah.
So it becomes
Yeah.
you hear the crabs in the barrel and like, yo, yeah,
It's true.
crabs in the barrel, but crabs belong in the ocean.
Bars.
Yeah, mixtape coming out.
Mixtape.
The whole world is Haitian.
You got Joe cracking up over here. He was like, yo, that woke me up.
They belong in the ocean, bro.
Nah, you're right, man.
Nah, that's what's up, man.
I mean,
That's
we
what's up.
struggled through that, and it's crazy because we took a break for a little bit, and you know, we could always come out with another shirt, another hat, right? But then Rob was like, "Yo, bro, we got to do something different." You know what I'm saying? We're getting older now. Let's bring, you know, we've been networking with a lot of awesome people over the last 10 years. We've been doing this. Let's bring information to the people. And whoever grasps to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to interview people in all sectors, you know what I'm saying? Whether you do comedy, whether you do real estate, whatever. And you don't necessarily have to be Haitian, but we just want to inspire
I
our
like
culture.
that. It'd be like Haitian
You know-
people that be on it though. Like I saw Herman Dulce.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Herman
our-
Dulce's
that's our
a
boy,
beast.
man.
That's
Herman
a
got
beast.
my
Herman Dulce
Herman got me my credit up to 804. Like,
Word.
Oh, word,
snap
no
it
doubt.
out,
Look
like,
at that. You see that?
Herman.
I can have all of this.
Yeah.
Like,
Herman's a real. Yeah, we
And
just
look, information that
Yeah.
is there. This man title and handle is Haitian CEO.
Yeah.
How many Haitians you think are following this guy?
Yeah.
You're
Nobody.
right.
A lot of his clientele are like people that are from the Black Americans that put him on stuff, bro.
Facts.
100%, bro.
Like we
was in Philly. We saw them.
Gillian Wallow.
Yeah.
They put him on the platform. Those people are going. But nous même nous ka wear Haitian CEO on somebody's handle and be like, oh yeah, pas régler.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like yo, dang, give him a shot.
It'd
Yeah,
be like
man.
that, bro. It'd be like
I'm
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know,
Yeah.
y'all could claim me later.
Yeah.
Y'all could claim me later, but by then it'll be, you know, the people that'll be with me will be the
You'll
people
chilling
that's
with the
supposed-
crabs in the ocean,
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
We'll be in the ocean.
Facts.
These crabs will be in the ocean.
True.
No
Yeah.
doubt, man. Man,
Nah, bro, you're a visionary, man. I applaud your work.
Yeah, man.
You crack me up, and like to see, it's like we're growing up together. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
see it. I see you. I see
I
you.
try
I
to
see
keep-
you. Like
And that's the chase too. I try to tell people like, don't be trying to chase and hang out with these people. Like, a lot of I know celebrities. They're not my friends. They're not my real friends. My real friends are people that I know that actually been hustling, doing their thing. Also, like my best friend in the world. My best friend in the world is also a public figure.
that's what's up.
We're not chasing to be hanging. All right, cool. It's cool to hang with the people that are elite, you know, upper elites that are before us. But it's cool to be on your level too, of like you're watching somebody grow. Like to know a rapper that I've known, like damn, I knew Mickey Fax when we were, you know, or Stylies or the like. I remember Drake recording a song. I remember my friend producing a record for Drake. Like to see that time, not to say like, but to see him like, yo, it's not like it. Take your time with it. You know what I'm saying, simple. If it's for you, it'll come. It's definitely coming. Just you know, do your part. Don't just pray and be like, all right, please Lord, give me this and this and that and that. All right, Lord. And then you go to sleep.
Yeah,
it don't work that way.
Right,
Nah,
right.
don't-
You know,
Yeah.
So
Got to put in the work.
Yeah, you gotta
Indeed.
execute. Like Herman
indeed,
says.
man.
Yeah.
Bro, you
Word
gotta
up.
execute, bro. You gotta execute. It's free information, man.
Yo, this was great, man. I know you're a
Thank
busy
you for
brother.
having me, man.
Yeah,
We
bro.
last time we saw you was in front of Mike's spot.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah,
yo, we
shout
gotta
out
get
to
you on the
Mike.
podcast. And it was like almost a year ago, but thank you.
Man, hey, man. You can find me there all the time. That's
No
like,
doubt,
yeah.
no doubt, man.
Yeah,
No
that's
doubt.
that's the love too, bro. Like you catch you on the block, you're like, yo, Haitian V, just rolling up with a roti in your hand.
Yeah, man.
Nah, that's
I like
yeah.
that. I like that because
I
then
love it, man.
you have your community to where it's like
Yeah.
when all else fails, you know, like say I was some celebrity that like I was some prominent celebrity that tried to keep all these fake friends or fake industry people around me, and then something happens, like, you know, I go through some personal thing or like who knows, something personal. Those people are never really are there for you. Who'll be there for you is the community that you really know, and that community, it happens to be Mike and Nick and you know, friends that I've known since the conception of, you know, this journey or path. For
sure.
Yeah.
And that's who I try to keep around.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Man, I see a book coming out soon. Like,
Yeah. I'm ordained too. So
Okay.
man, if y'all getting married, let me know.
Oh,
Yeah.
word.
I'm not joking. I'm like so serious.
my man.
I married Beyonce's producer last summer.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So crazy.
I didn't
look at
know.
me
I'm
like,
like,
oh, your mom must be like jumping for
Yeah, she's so happy now.
Yo.
I did a wedding and I drank at the wedding. I had some wine at the wedding and stuff
Okay,
like that.
okay.
She's like, you're a pastor. I thought you don't drink anymore. I'm like, I just had, you know. But she'd be happy, and then I'll go to a party if I go somewhere, and then
Yeah.
I go and see her, and I smell like weed, and I'm like, you a pastor? Sure. I'm like, yeah.
Nah, that's
crazy.
what's up, man.
That's crazy,
Nah, proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man.
Definitely proud of
You
you.
want to do the question? We should do the question, right?
Do the question real quick.
We'll do a question.
Do a question.
A little Haitian basket.
Empty basket.
Nah, I gotta have them roses on the top of the side.
Random question.
Random, just choose one and just
Yeah, just flow with it.
Read it out.
See what it says. Read it out.
How much crack is in your pocket? No, no joking.
Yeah.
If you can sit and have dinner with someone, who would it be with and why? I don't know. I was sheesh.
500,000. No, just kidding.
I'd never take them
You
dinners.
never take them dinners, right? Yeah.
I don't want it.
I'd never take any of those dinners. Probably my granddad, man. Yeah, it's like probably my grandfather. Probably my father's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
He passed away when I started, really, actually, which is crazy. That's crazy. This is full circle. When I started Haitian V, I started 2007, and then he became ill in 2008, and he became ill in 2008 in like May, and he passed away. But we didn't have, not to say we didn't have a relationship, but he came to America for like medical attention. And then he couldn't tell me certain things, but I do remember him, like, he had like a bag of pennies that I gave him when I was like 6 years old, man.
Oh, wow.
And he kept them until the day he died.
Wow.
So it was just like, I wanted to like have like at least a good like conversation with him. And last time I remember seeing him was on his deathbed. So it was just like, I knew the conversation that we should have had probably would have been like, I probably would have, who knows, it probably would have been on Unga or something like that. Who knows? Yeah. So,
that's deep.
But I'm sure he's with you spiritually. So
yeah, that's so because he was a spiritual person. So that's why I'm like, yo.
Okay.
And I started just tapping into my hour, stuff, not the, what's given to us. So I was just like, let me not shy away. Let me just investigate and do more research. And that's the conversation I would have.
And you do that by tapping in, like you meditate and stuff like that. That's
Heavy, man. Yeah. My mom is like so confused.
The pastor bought you lighting candles in the house. What's this guy doing?
Yeah.
What's he doing? So where do you see Haitian V in, say, 5 years, 8 years from now? What are you gonna be doing?
Me? Probably on a farm, man. I'm so serious. Like I'm a city boy, but I'm over it. I think that's where that's coming from. Like, I'm over the city, yo. So if Haiti was beautiful, if our land was beautiful, because there's places in Haiti you could still go, but
Absolutely.
if it was that, but in 5 years, I on a farm, bro. I was like, I really want to just. If I could win the lotto, like a Powerball, like tomorrow, I'd be out of here. You just see like
doing what on the farm though? Just living life.
What do I got? Horse overalls, horse straw hat, like the real Haitian straw hat. I'll have Wi-Fi and stuff. It ain't gonna be no
Dutch country,
no well or nothing. Like go pitch water from the well.
Right.
It's gonna be a modern joint, but it's just I want to be where it's like less pressure, man. Like 2020, I felt was so amazing for me, that reset. Like you didn't feel like every day you wake up, especially in the entertainment, you feel obligated to give part of yourself, and I'm like tired of that. I just want to give you when I want to, and then go home.
True.
That right there is the true definition of an artist. It's like, when I'm ready to pour out, I'm going to give you all, and then I'll see you later when I'm ready to pour again.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And certain people, they could tell too, like, I could tell the artist in you, because you'll post, and then after that, you'll disappear for like 4 months.
True.
Like, and they're like, why do you come back? And I'm like, I need money.
Yeah.
I wish I could stay away. I wish I could watch my own TV shows, so that I'm get my you set yourself up for residuals. So I go watch my own TV shows. Like,
Let
me put it on in this room. Let me put it on in this room. Yeah. So
it's crazy how you say that, because I was listening to another podcast where they said, they would rather do this. They just don't want to go back into that industry, entertainment.
I think that's my little cousin that said that too, man.
Yeah.
So this light-skinned kid, 2 light-skinned kids from Atlanta, one got like a little bridge nose.
Was it?
Yeah, that's my little cousin.
Wow.
Like real life, little cousin.
Like people really talk about stuff like that. Like they said, I'd rather be.
They don't want to deal with the industry.
Dude was making he was an investor. Like dude was like
that's so crazy.
Doing numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My last time I went to where he was, he had like 4 or 5 properties. He was like, and I remember changing his kid's diaper, and he's like, yeah, man, he's doing this now. And then all of a sudden, he quit all that. Like some stop, there'll be days of motivation. Yeah, you got to get up, people. You got to have your team, and then this and it was one day it was like shirt and tie, and then the next day this guy got a V-neck on. There's a whole bunch of lights like this. What the hell is Ty doing, man?
Yeah.
But then I'm looking, I'm like, holy, he's done his research, so it's like he's got it. Yeah.
Nah, that's kudos.
And then the same thing, you just don't want to you don't want to work, man. No one wants to work. Yeah. You don't even want to be here.
Nah, we're enjoying this, man.
You'd rather be somewhere like, I'm saying.
He's ready. He's like,
what's today? Thursday?
Yeah.
What's on tonight? I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, you go catch up on your show or something like your Netflix. Go.
I hope he loves to do this.
Go unfill your queue.
Look messed up, right,
I don't want
Joe?
to be here with these Sakwase boys.
Huh?
Okay. Hey, no doubt.
Nah, he's.
You love it.
Hey.
Yeah, nah, this dude right here, he's the backbone, bro.
Yeah.
He's the backbone.
So you gotta have, and that too. This is what I'd be like. It'd be so much, because then too, I feel, say I did have the help, like say my friends really, not to say they don't believe in me, but say they really believed in me, or they was as passionate, or they put themselves in the shoes of, if I push as hard, this is my boy's product, this is my boy, this is his product, he's pushing, let me push too.
How far?
How far is he gonna go?
Right.
And he's definitely gonna know that who's in his corner. And who's to say that you have to work anymore?
Got it. It's powerful, bro.
Powerful, bro.
Drake's best friend is the head of security. He hasn't never touched a person in his life, but he's the head of security.
Wow.
He's never touched a person in his life. But you're on payroll.
That's crazy.
LeBron
and his boys, yeah?
I got a story with LeBron.
Tell me, or tell us.
Michael Jordan, was teaching me how to play pool.
Wait, what?
Michael Jordan.
I got stories. You know that.
This thing's gonna keep. We should have asked you about this earlier, but go ahead. Nah, we good. Go ahead.
Also weekend,
Where were
Michael
you?
Jordan.
Okay.
Michael Jordan's birthday. This is like 2006. LeBron is fresh in the league. Also weekend, there's this like pool tournament during those times. It'll be like Alonzo Mourning. They're big on pool billiards. Excuse me. Michael Jordan's in the room, Alonzo Mourning's room. So Michael Jordan comes in, and hysteria. Like people are like, "Oh my God, it's Michael Jordan!" And he sits down and he's playing pool, and this guy comes and sit right next to me. Wow. Sits right next to me. During this time, I'm working for Johnny. I'm working with Johnny.
Okay.
But he remembered me from the previous year because I cried when I first met him. The first time I met him, I cried. And then the following year, which happened to be his birthday again, when All-Star Weekend, and he's playing pool, is this tournament. So finally, now I'm walking around, I'm the editor, so I'm walking around, everyone knows my face. I'm getting celebrities even into parties, like, no, he's good. Like, no, he's good. Security's like, you good? Like, yeah, he's good. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. LeBron James walks in, but he's with his partners. Everyone knows them now.
Yeah.
But they were pushing that Four Horsemen shit from, excuse my language.
Yes.
Excuse my language, guys.
good.
But
No,
they've
you're
been
good,
pushing
you're
that from then.
Yeah.
So LeBron walks over to go into the room, to this room where Michael Jordan's playing pool. He's like, yeah. So they're like, oh, it's LeBron. So everyone's like, oh my God, this is probably going to be a great photo opportunity. So we're eager, like, yo, LeBron's coming in the room. So I'm in the room. I'm like, I got to keep going back and forth. Like, yo, LeBron's at the door. LeBron's at the door with 4 guys. So finally they're like, the room's at capacity. Only LeBron can come in. And he's like, no. He's like, nah, them two. It's them two. They're like, no one else can come in. He was like, then no. Then he just stood there. He just stood there at the threshold of the door. He didn't walk in without his friends.
Really?
Wow.
That's loyalty, bro.
That's loyalty.
They wouldn't let him in with the guys, though. He was like, no, I think LeBron, I think he's good. He's good. Me, there was no shot calling there. Like, you got through security, the first.
Right.
You got through the first brigade, but the next is like
Yeah.
tougher guys, and these are like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got LeBron James here. Got the rookie of the year. We don't know these 3 bogeys. Bogeys? These are his friends.
Didn't get in.
And he didn't go in.
You said this was during All-Star weekend?
All-Star weekend.
Was-
Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And what tips did Michael Jordan give you?
No tips of pool.
So he really is
I think
cheap.
no, it's not about being cheap.
No, I'm just kidding. It was just a rumor.
Like,
I heard.
yeah, you always hear that, but
Right.
you never hear rich people calling him cheap. You always hear
Right.
people.
All the people that don't have
Oh, yeah. Somebody wearing his sneakers calling him cheap. Yeah, but never any tips. He lost too, I think. He lost to this kid. He was like, just gambling. It was a bet, but but he was the kid was nervous though. Kid put up his Rolex, like, yeah, I'll bet you this. And he was like, this is a presidential. And he put it on the pool table. And Michael Jordan was like, see all that on the table there? And he still doesn't have enough. I'm like, wow. Like, sheesh. So then he's just telling me the basics, basically. He was like, whoever hits first, so you hit first, and then whatever ball goes into the pocket first becomes your ball. So whether it's solid or stripes. And the point is not to get the 8 in first. It was just basics.
Got it.
And I watched him play, and then he was just like, here's a trick you do. I used to, I'm like, it's my first day. Like,
Got it.
this is the first day besides the Boys and Girls Club. Like, you know? So it was that, and then we talked, bro. He was guessing, what are you, like 20? I'm like, holy shoot, this guy's. And then it was a whole bunch of banter, and he was like, yeah, see me, all the pressure's on him. I'm used to this. He was like, look at him, he's shaking. Look at him. And the kid is like really shaking. He was like, all these lights, all these people watching him. I'm used to this. And I'm like, man, you're just gonna say arrogance after arrogance, like
Talk to shit.
yeah, but it's Mike. So you're like,
Right.
You're so right. Like
Yeah.
you've been under pressure,
Yeah.
and this is a silly pool game, so no one's really thinking. And then you played the thing. I think the kid won. If to my memory, because bro, I was just like in awe. People thought I was his son. Yeah, people thought I was his son because I'm sitting there talking with him, and we're the same age, me and his eldest, and I look like I would be, and I'm wearing a Biggie shirt, a Biggie sweater, and he's just there talking to me the entire night.
That's wow.
So yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
And then that was it. And then I grabbed him by the arm after.
He said
He
you
was
grabbed him
leaving.
by the arm.
Yeah, I grabbed Michael Jordan by the arm because he was leaving. He was like, yeah, man, I got to go. It's my birthday. I'm like, yeah, I know. He was like, yeah, sure. Sure you know. And then he was like, all right, man, take care. And as he's leaving, he's like walking off, and I grab him like by the arm, like pull it back. And I told him everything, like February 17th, 1963, Cumberland Hospital. He's like,
Wow.
all right.
Okay.
Wow.
And then so I walked out with him as he's doing that, walking out. And he's drinking, and he's just like, he places a cup on the thing, he places a cup on the table, and then he walks out. And I'm like, man, I ain't gonna follow Michael Jordan all the way outside. And then I came out, as I'm turning back, I seen the cup, and I'm like,
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, bro.
Right now.
No, you
Still on the
didn't.
farm with lime.
Oh
straw,
my God.
Lime straw cup. I have
Wow.
Michael Jordan's DNA on the farm right now.
Yo.
Right now. Pay for it.
Wow.
I swiped that cup because the year prior, I told you I met him. There was no. I met him at his steakhouse, and meeting him, that's when I really froze. I couldn't get an autograph or anything, and then the next time I saw him, I'm like, I got to get anything. So I swiped the cup. I took the drink. Took the drink and put it in the cup. And then I put a cup in the bag and I thinked it up. And then it still had ice in it. It still had ice in it.
Bruh.
So with the ice, so it's just dripping down my pants. Beep, 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 on my sneakers. I'm like, what the hell?
Yo, bro.
I just gotta eat this.
Yo.
Wow.
I think that's gotta be the funniest story ever.
That is a
All right,
great
bro.
story, bro.
Wow.
Great story. I'm
Jordan.
happy we
Still
kept
on the
going.
farm.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank y'all, man.
Thanks again
Yo,
for doing this.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. I'm just happy we were able to connect again, man, and we did it, man.
Likewise.
I can't wait to see what else you got. You know what you got coming, because
I'm gonna let out everything now.
Nah, but if you ever want to come back,
Oh,
bro,
for sure, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
and just lay it out, bro.
yeah, come hang out with us, man.
We'll do, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for sure.
you.
All right, man. Housekeeping items.
Housekeeping items. Team Sock Pase on Instagram, Team Sock Pase YouTube. Follow all of you wherever you listen to all the podcasts. Also, shout out to our sponsors. NY Beauty Suites, Roots of Brooklyn, and also
One Sweet Double O.
One Sweet Double O. So thank you, Team Sock Pase. We are out.
LS Cream, the perfect blend of spices and tradition inspired by Haitian cremas. Please drink responsibly.